morning and welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. Now, Ghana is ranked 12 in Africa with highest cost of living. Ghana is ranked 12 in Africa with the highest cost of living among 23 countries. The country scored 30.6 in the cost of living index. For the rent index, the country scored 12.1 and 33.3 for groceries. Ethiopia was ranked first on the African continent with a score of 43.2 and was followed by Botswana in second with Mozambique and other African countries. Now Ghana was ranked 12 with a country that has the high cost of living, and so what they actually focused on was rent and then groceries. Now let's look at our rent in this country. We are in a country where people don't take 6 months advance. No, you are going to rent a house and they are giving you 2 years advance, and the 2 years advance, a month is 500 cedis, and then you have to pay times 12 times 12, that will be 24, because in a year we have 12 months in a year, so you have to calculate that 5 times 24, and that is the amount you are paying. And then aside paying that, it doesn't end there. You're supposed to pay for your utility dues, you're supposed to pay for water and all that. Why won't we be ranked 12? Because all this is going on, and you see, we do not focus on this, and it's very bad. Would it be bad if a government comes into... Let me even ask this question. Have you seen an apartment that is meant for a government? Maybe this is an apartment that was built by the government and it's named affordable housing, and it's meant to be rent for citizens at a low rate. No. All the apartments we have in this country, 99% are for private institutions. They are private owned. They are for individuals. And we have laws governing this, but it doesn't work. The landlord will tell you that it's my money. I built it with my money, and so I'm going to charge you as I wish, not as you want it. The Saglame housing project has been left to rot in the forest, in the bush. They were done painting. I saw a video where part of the building was completed, the furniture and everything was in place, and as it stands now, it has started to worn out because it's not being used. Cost of living in Ghana is really high. I'll always say this. See, let me take Accra for example, because this is where everybody wants to live. This is where everybody wants to come to. They see Accra as a heaven on earth. They see Accra as to be a place of luxury. But I always say that living in this place is not for the weak. Living in Accra is not for the weak, because you can take your monthly salary and it's channeled only for your rent, like your rent issue, transportation can't buy it. Feeding, you've not even feeding in it. It's only for your rent, and then that is it. And it's very bad. And you see, most of the times with this NSS personnel, you have to go from you studying in Accra, you've been posted to the northern region or maybe the Volta region. You're supposed to seek accommodation for yourself, but you are working for the government. It's a 1 full year for the government. So would it be bad if a government build a flat in all the region, and then with a specific name, and immediately you get to that town, you pay this amount of money with a lesser price, affordable price for these students, not only for these students, but some citizens as well? Because trust me, if the government should have a flat and is being rented out with in a low price for citizens, we will not be struggling with rent issues here and there. And that is why most of these landlords end up even renting a waterlogged area for you, because that place is less expensive. And since we also want things that are less expensive, we end up endangering our lives. Then when we come to prices of goods, that is even worse. You go to the market and then a tuber of yam is sold at 50 cedis. A tuber of yam is sold at 100 cedis, 60 cedis. You are buying tomatoes, 1 tomatoes is 2 cedis, 1 tomatoes is 5 cedis. Why? And all these are something we should put into consideration. They say they want to stabilize the economy. The economy as it stands now, they will tell us that it's stabilizing, but we are not feeling the effect when it has to do with prices of goods. It is only on transport. Even with that, most of these drivers are not complying with it. You receive your salary, 50% goes into all this. And then you ask yourself whether anyone because people see you and then they see you to be working, but within you, you know what is going on. You know what is going on. You are feeling the heat. Forget about the ministers in Koto. Even in their vehicles, they have AC. Most of them do not pay for fuel. They don't pay. They don't even taxes. They don't. I think it's about time we should ensure that our ministers, like, there should be this kind of eye on them, whether they are paying tax themselves. Do they pay taxes? Because they always preach to us to pay tax, but the question is, they themselves, do they pay the taxes? Do they feel the heat we are feeling as citizens? They don't. Because we go to markets every weekend. And you see, Ghana, we don't have a fixed price. We don't. You go to buy tomato today at 5 cedis. The next day, not even the next day, in a pace of an hour, you go back and then they'll tell you it's 10 cedis. And then they'll be giving you a lot of complaint. If I can't, if I fitakra de driver no Jimmy say or NTDA. See, we have perishable goods like tomatoes, like plantain, banana, all these fruits and vegetables like pepper. They don't have a long lifespan. In a space of 3 weeks or 2 weeks, they will start to go bad. These are the things that should be less expensive. But go to our market and see. They will say 3 plantain for you, 10 cedis. Now banana, four bananas is sold as 10 cedis. Why? But in the space of 2 weeks, it will go bad. I won't even go for, let me use Malam Market for example. You get to Malam Market, you want to buy plantain, and then they'll give you 3 for 10 cedis. I've experienced in a case where plantain then they'll tell these Zoom Lion workers to trash it. And I was like, why should we be wicked to our own selves? Something that you can sell it, like you will sell it for it to go fast and then you get your profits from it. No. They want to sell it at a higher price. But at the end, when it's going bad, then they'll trash it. Who is losing? You will lose more. Even though I also feel the impact. But you feel it more than I will feel it. So yes, the cedi to the dollar is stabilizing. But we, the citizens, we want to feel the impact. Not only on transport fares, but when we get on the ground to buy foodstuffs. Because trust me, as a human being, you can't tell me you see the whole day without eating. When you sit a whole day without eating, how do you feel as a human being? You feel so dizzy, like your day become distorted. You don't even know what you are doing. And that is how the system, our body have been designed. You have to feed your system. You have to get that energy. But then you get to the market, and then sometimes the budget you've made, you get on ground, and then like you are holding like 500, but at the hour listing, you've bought half. You just bought quarter out of it. So I think this is the call for the government to do something about it. Mr. Forcing, you are forcing, but there is still a room for improvement. There are more to do. The government has a lot to do. When it has to do with our economy, there is a lot to do. It's not only about stabilizing the economy, but then we have to feel the impact. We, the citizens, should feel the impact. As I said, it should not only be on transport fares, but the food. I mean, the groceries we go out to buy. When I go to the markets right now and I'm buying and the prices are low, then I should be able to say that, yes, I mean, our economy is improving. How do we feel? We have been ranked as 12. I know some people see somewhere and say that it's better. It's better because you're not feeling the heat. It's better because you don't even pay your tax. It's better because you don't buy fuel. It's better because one way or the other you loot from the state. And so when you even get to them, 500 cedis is something very small for you. The government has a lot to do. Stabilizing the economy is not only about the cedi appreciating to the dollar. We, the citizens, we need to feel the positive impact. Then we now ourselves can actually applaud you. Yes, you are doing well, but there is more room for improvement. We want to feel the impact. Today, when I go to buy wache, they should tell me that wache is no longer sold as 10 cedi. Wache is sold as at 5 cedis. Then I know that there is something. I know definitely we it won't be as it used to be before, but at least there should be some sort of reduction that we will feel happy, and then we can save. Imagine you working and then you cannot save because 50% for rent, 50% for groceries. Oh, call bad beer, but nothing to show up. It's very bad, and that is why most of the youth, when we get the opportunity, we want to leave the country. Do something so that you keep us here. We got educated in this country, so it would be good if we also impact what we've learned into the country. But when the conditions that are not favorable to us, trust me, even me, when I get the opportunity, I'll leave the country. Thank you for making time with me.